students. Today we will discuss regarding in the subject human resource management, fourth unit. In this we have a topic human resource development. First of all, what is the concept of human resource development? That we will discuss now. Thereafter we have different contents. That contents we will discuss. In the concept of human resource development, it is a framework for helping employees to develop their personal and organizational skills, knowledge, and abilities. Human resource development is the framework for helping employees to develop their personal and organizational skills, knowledge, and abilities. An environment of trust and respect can be created with the help of human resource development only. In the human resource development, improves the employees' participation and they will get more training. In this training process, which involves they will gain sharpening of skills, developing of conceptual skills, changing of attitude, and gaining more knowledge. It will help to the employees enhance their performance. And in the performance appraisal is the systematic evaluation of performance of employees to understand the ability of a person for further growth and development. By development of human resource, the employee will be get benefited by appraising themselves by gaining of different skills. It is the concept. And in the concept, what it elaborates, totally it elaborates mainly concentrated to develop skills, knowledge, and competencies of people. It is people oriented concept. Human resource development is positive concept in human resource management, and also it aims to help to the acquiring competencies required in the present platform of working conditions in different organizations where they are working as well. It can be planned and implemented to benefit both the individuals and organization. By development of human resource, it will be benefited to the people who are working in the organization, and also it will help to the organization to develop. The competencies of human resource are developing through the HR programs only. HRD plays a significant role by making human resource vital use and purposeful use. Now, what is the definition regarding the human resource development means? It is human resource development has to be given different definitions. In that particular definitions, I take only one definition. According to TV Rao, HRD is the process of enabling people to make things happen. HRD is the process of enabling people to make things happen. It deals both with the process of competency development in the people and creation of conditions to help people apply this competency development in the organization. And it creates the conditions where the conditions will help, where they can apply, where they can compete, that they will know by the development of HRD. It will be benefited by the people for gaining of knowledge, skills, and they will benefit for their own development. They can uprise. This is the meaning, this is the definition as given by T.V. Rao. And what are the objectives of human resource development? Human resource development has different objectives to prepare the employees to meet the present and changing future job requirement. It will helps the employees to meet the present and it will changes future job requirements. What are the requirements they need that will they can develop by the HRD. HRD will develop and create abilities and talents. HRD will prepare employees for higher level of jobs. It aids to develop quality management. It ensures smooth and efficient working of the organization. It will enhance organizational unit in different aspects. The term spirit and functioning in every organizational unit will develop by the human resource. Collaboration among different units will be helpful by the organization with the development of human resource. To burden the mind of senior managers by providing them with opportunity for an interchange of experience with outside. These are the objectives will be helpful, will be getting through the human resource development concept. And development functions will be there in the organization with the help of human resource development concept. What are the development functions will be there means first one is performance appraisal, employee oriented training, next one is career planning and development, and next one is organizational development, next finally involvement in quality circles. Each and everything we'll discuss in detail. What is meant by performance appraisal? Performance appraisal indicates whether the employees need training to enhance his efficiency in performing his present job. Performance appraisal indicates whether the employee needs training to enhance his efficiency in performing his present job, and he has to enough potential for growth in the organization. It is giving us in different two views, like development of the organization and development of the people who are working in the organization. Under the performance appraisal, we evaluate not only the performance of worker but also the potential development of the organization. And in the performance appraisal, it is synthetic description of employee to get job relevant strengths and weaknesses. It is the regarding performance appraisal. And next one, employee training. Through this employee training is the employee will get more skills and knowledge. Employee training is the important subsystem of human resource development. It will be a subsystem of human resource development. The training is the act increasing the knowledge and skills of employees for doing a particular job. It will give an efficiency, productivity and progress to generate extent depend upon the training what they are getting in the employees in a organization. According to the training program what they are getting, that much extent they will be get benefited by getting of efficiency, by doing of improvement of productivity and learning and improving their progress related to the productivity. It will helps by the training programs. And next concept is career planning and development. With the help of HRD, a career will build by the employees in their jobs and their working life. Career planning is the process by which one selects career goals and the path of these their goals. Career is the development is those personal improvement on undertaking to achieve the personal career plan. What they have, the employees have the desire, they can be fulfilled with the help of by planning of career planning and development with the help of human resource development. This will help the people in the organization, and it will benefited human resource development will be benefited to the organizational development also. By changing the law of nature, organizational change implies the creation of imbalance in existence pattern. By getting off imbalance existing pattern, they can be modified their skills, they can be acquired motivational things, they can be implemented, and it will helps the organization to develop. When the change requires on that particular situation, the individuals and organizations to make new adjustments with the help of human resource development programs. And finally, involvement in the quality circles. It is the small group of employees in the same work area doing a similar type of work is known as the involvement of work, who voluntarily meet regularly for about an hour or a week to identify, analyze, solve the problems, not only improvement of quality but also enrich the quantify of work life of employees also will be involved by getting off human resource development program. These are the development functions will be there in the human resource development concept. And we have human resource development system. Here human resource development system, we already discussed regarding the development functions. Here in the human resource development system, HRD functions are carried out to the different systems and subsystems. These are the categorized into 5. They are career system, work system, development system, self renewal system, culture system. These can be categorized into 2. These 5 subsystems are categorized into 2 systems, like individual and team oriented. Next one, organization based. Here the subsystems will be 5. The main five subsystems can be categorized into 2 things, like 2 subsystems, individual and team oriented, organization based. What is meant by career system, work system, development system, and self renewal system and cultural system? We will discuss regarding what is meant by career system. Career system will help by the people who are working, people are employees in the subsystems by development of the people or employees in a human resource development program. First one is subsystem is manpower planning, recruitment, career planning, succession planning, retention programs are implemented. These are the career systems we will call it. And work system. Work system has different subsystems like role analysis, role efficiency, performance plan, performance feedback, performance appraisal, promotion, job rotation, reward. These are all comes in the work subsystem. When they are working on the time, these are the systems will be happen according to development of all these subsystems. They can develop by the human resource development program. And development system, in the development system they can develop the people with their personal, like through the induction program, training program, job enrichment, self-learning mechanisms, potential appraisals, succession development counseling, mentor system. Through this, they can develop their personal life as well as it will help to the career of their career, and it will be provide their enhancement for the growth enhancement and growth of their career. And self renewal system, in the self renewal system they can renewal, they can survive, they have to survive in the organization or in the life, means they have to renew their personal things are related to the organization. They can survive, means they can make some action research regarding the where they are failure, where they are success, what the changes has to be taken in their personal life, and organization development interventions, how they can develop organizational uh, retreats, how they can be implemented. All these things will be comes under the self renewal system. And cultural system, in the cultural system it will be implemented with the among people who are working with the organization, like vision and mission of the goal. It will be, they can made the culture of organization main goal, organization vision, organization mission, they have to be inculcate, and they can be be in the part of to do the such things, they can be made like that. And they have to be follow the values of the organization, that they have to be maintained, and to do the effective communication and get together the collaborations and celebrations, task forces, small groups, these and all will comes under the subsystem of culture system. And next concept is HRD process. In the HRD process, it is a process of orientation related to the functions. Functions fail because the process involving the systems are not adequately addressed. If it will be adequately addressed, means the functions of HRD will be pass, it will not be fail. When it will fails, when the process involving the system are not adequately addressed, when they are not adequately addressed. If adequately addressed, means it will be get passed. And it concerns the questions how, why. We have these two questions, means HRD process will be get orientation function to gain success, and it emphasizes and behavioral interactional dimensions. It emphasizes the behavioral and interactional dimensions. And in the HRD process, concentrated around the employees or people, role, teams, organizations. HRD process concentrated around the employees or people, role, teams, and organizations. And what is meant by employees role or individual role are means it in individual basic constituent of an organization. Individual is an employee, he is an basic constituent of the organization to develop himself and the organization. All these behavioral pattern and dynamisms emerge from the individuals. What are the dynamisms to emerge the individuals, means efficiency and effectiveness and styles, how they are working to gain leadership skills. By gaining of all these things, the individual can develop themselves as well as organization also will develops. And the role, in the role of HRD process, the employees, what the role they are playing, they made that into the success, it will be organization will be get success. The role is the dynamic entity which involves the expectations of significant of others and self from the position of the role holder. Roles related to the HRD process in the organization means what are the roles will have means competencies for job performance, commitment towards their job, motivation, self motivation, and to get to make motivational things to the employees, and stress, how they are retaining and how they are overcoming that stress. It will be comes into the role, what the role they are assigned in the organization. They will be effectively done these all the things means they can be retained, they can get success by the themselves and the organization. And teams, coming to the teams in the process, when an individual be what is the meaning of teams? When an individual being to work in the team, behavioral pattern and dynamics emerges. The team means number of individuals came together to accomplish one particular task, that we call as a team. The team is being to work in team, not an individual. Their behavioral pattern dynamisms will emerge, that they have to be shown as per the team. In the team, they have to be fulfill all these things, like they have to make an effective communication, they have to get feedback. When they are getting feedback, they can overcome the problem if arises. Otherwise, they cannot be arise the they cannot be solve the problem when they are not get the feedback. That's why they need to get the feedback. And when the conflicts arises, on the time they have to resolve, and they need to be collaborate with all the different subsystems are happening in the organization. Through this also, the team will gives a more productive into their behavioral pattern and dynamisms and development of themselves and organization. And finally, organization. A large number of HRD process are organization related. All the people are related to the organization. That may be a top level, middle level, or low level. There must be a organizational climate. They need to see that climate, how it will be when change occurs. According to the climate itself, they have to behave and they have to be active. And in the organization, communication will be a more effective, then only the organization will get success. Otherwise, it will take different directions, and it will be when the barriers are occurred, the goal of what is the main goal of the organization, it cannot be reached. And a continuous learning process will be happen in the organization. Otherwise, they cannot be get updated themselves, and they cannot be helpful to their organization to get organization aim. And organizational development will happen by taking of all the things in the HRD process. And HRD outcomes. HRD outcomes provide the ground rule to build an organization excelling in people, process, product, and profit. It will provides an outcome in excelling development of people, development of process, development of products, and getting of the main goal of the organization, like profits. Outcomes will be training makes people more competent, they develop their new skills, knowledge, and attitude. In the HRD development, there must be a greater clarity of norms and standards. People become better aware of skills required for the job performance. If the job requires more standards, it will help. People become more committed to their jobs because their comes greater objective in the administration of reward. And people develop greater trust and respect for each other. They become more open in the behavior and the new outcome like values are generated. There is greater collaboration and teamwork which produces synergy effect. There are a greater readiness on the part of employees to act change. They find themselves better equipped with the problem solving capabilities. Lot of useful and objective data on employees are generated which facilitate human resource planning. Participation develops in works a sense of achievement and pride. HRD helps including multi skills to the employees. These are the outcomes we will get by the human resource development program. And here we have an HRD process and how the outcomes will be getting here. HRD mechanism or subsystems or instruments have been given here. HRD development department, performance appraisal, review discussion, feedback, counseling, role analysis, potential development, training, communication policies, job rotation, OD exercise, rewards, job enrichment, other mechanisms are given into the HRD mechanisms or subsystems or instruments. Next process we have HRD process, HRD climate variables. Role clarity, in that we have an role clarity, awareness of competencies required for the job performance, proactive creation, trust, collaboration and teamwork, authenticity, openness, risk taking, value generation, clarification of norms and standards, better communication, fair rewards, generation of unbiased data on employees, etc. In that other factors we will have in the HRD process, HRD climate variables, personal policies, top management styles, instrument on HRD, investments on HRD, top management's commitments, history and past culture, etc. By providing of HRD process, the climate of HRD variables will enriches the people and the organization in different views, and the outcomes will gets by the process of HRD more competent people, better development rates, rating better development, high work commitment and job involvement, problem solving skills, better utilization of human resources, higher job satisfaction and work motivation, generation of internal resources, better organizational health, greater teamwork. These are the outcomes we will get by the process of HRD, and HRD outcomes variables will be higher productivity, growth, diversification, cost reduction, higher profit, better image. It will be helpful to the organization, and other factors will, the environment will be environment, technology, resource availability, nature of business, etc. Here the internal and external outcomes will get as the internal and external outcomes will be getting the HRD process by elaborating all these things. And organizational effectiveness will be gets by the getting of outcomes and growth and diversification, by reduction of cost, by getting of higher profit, by improving of better image in the marketplace, and getting of higher productivity, and also by analyzing of the environment, technology, resources availability and nature of the business will be getting for the organizational effectiveness. And also we will get with the function of high productivity, cost reduction, more profit, growth and diversification, better image we will be getting over here. And what is the difference between HRM and HRD? Here we have an differences. A definition will be given here by the for the HRM and the HRD. The definition itself we have a difference. The HRM is the principle of management can be applied to manage the employees working in an organization effectively. By the HRD, it refers continuous development functions that are implemented for improving the performance of those working in an organization. It has a different nature of HRM and HRD. HRM is the management function. HRD is the sub-function on the HRM. Functions, in the way of functions, HRM reactive and are usually applied to the gaining holistic organizational goal. Whole organization goal to fulfill means the HRM function will helps. And for the fulfillment of the HRM goal, the HRD function will helps. By the goal, we have a differentiation. Objective of human resource management is related to the improving the overall performance of the employees. In the way of HRD, goals are usually concentrated with the skill development, knowledge, enrichment, and increasing the competency of the employees. HRM for the whole performance of the employee, HRD into the knowledge, skill development, enrichment, increasing the capacity of employee. And by the process, in the process itself, we have a different differentiation will be there for the HRM and HRD. HRM process are routine and have to be carried out as and when the need arises. HRD process are going on not occasional. It is not into the occasional. That will be when the need arises, the HRM process will be implemented. And dependency point of view, we have to discuss what is the difference between HRM and HRD. In the dependency point of view, dependent entity in itself by the human resource management. It comprises of different sections inclusive of recruitment and selection, retention, HRD, compensation, performance, appraisal, management, activities, etc. will be applicable in the dependency. HRD in the subsystem of HRM, HRD draws many functions, attributes and process of HRM. What will be comes into the HRM that we will be implemented, some of the functions will be implemented in the HRD functions. Concerned with means here we have some difference between HRM deals with has concern for people only. It handles recruitment and rewards, etc. HRD is concerned with the development of all aspects and people within an organization and management its skill development process. Levels of formality in the way of we have a difference. HRM functions are generally formal and are applied via classroom, laboratory training, etc. In the HRD, functions may be informal, as in employees receive coaching from supervisor, usually managers. These are the differences we have for the HRM and HRD on the basis of different ways. Thank you so much.